Question 3. What kind of media institution might distribute your product and why? Firstly, I will tell you what a film distributor is. A film distributor is a company who releases the film. Actually, I have researched into which film distributors already distribute horror films, and the one we have decided to use would be Lionsgate Films. Lionsgate Films is a subsidiary of Lionsgate Entertainment. It is a North American production and distribution company. However, even though we would be an independent British film, this would not put us at a disadvantage if we wanted them to be our distributor, because they focus mainly on foreign and independent films. It is also currently the largest and most successful film distributor in North America. This would work out well for us, as according to studies, Americans are one of the most likely countries to watch a horror film. In 2000, ownership to Lionsgate Films changed, and the new ownership decided to focus mainly on profits of videos and DVDs, and so they began to buy struggling firms who had large libraries, for example Trimark Holdings. Through Trimark, they did not only manage to get their large library, but they also managed to get ownership of Cinema Now, a broadband streaming site where Lionsgate could show their own films. Through doing this, it gave Lionsgate the second largest DVD library and brought it lots of profit. As we would be an independent film and we would make most of our money through ancillary sales, this would be great for us, as they are not only the most successful independent film distributor, but also because they have the second largest DVD library. This would help us greatly when it came to ancillary sales. I have heard that they also have Lionsgate UK, so we could easily distribute our film in both America and England. Some of the films that they have already distributed are Skinned Alive, Saw 4, Autopsy, Acts of Death, and many more. Why an independent distributor though? If we had the opportunity to actually film the whole film, then considering it is of the horror genre, there is only a few independent companies who would produce and distribute it. We have chosen an independent distributor, Lionsgate Films, because of the fact that according to our audience feedback questionnaire, there are in fact not a lot of people who would go to watch a horror film at the cinema. Therefore, if we used a major distributor, we would be at a disadvantage, as we would have used lots of money within production and distribution, but because the number of people going to watch horror films at the cinema is small, we will not get the money needed to make a large enough profit or even to break even. Because of that, it makes a lot more sense to go with an independent distributor, because that way less money will be used producing and distributing, and there is a higher chance of making a profit, especially as independent distributors get most of their money through ancillary sales, and as people say, they are much more likely to watch a horror film in the comfort of their own home rather than in a cinema filled with people. This would be a great advantage for us. Therefore, when we would screen our film, we would only show it in art houses and independent cinemas, as we are more likely to get people going to see it there, as the environment is a lot more greeting and homely compared to a cinema filled with people, where most people, according to our questionnaire, do not like going to see a horror. Also, the fact that we only have a small budget automatically puts us into the independent film category as opposed to the major blockbuster film category. This means that a major distributor is less likely to want to distribute our product because of our small budget, as it is less likely to make a lot of money at big cinemas such as Vue and Odeon, because it will not have the action that everyone wants to see in a film when they go to watch a film at the cinema. We feel that our film also appeals to a niche market, that market being 16 to 24-year-olds, and although this is the group that go most often to the cinema, studies have shown that on average they only go about 3 or 4 times a year, meaning that even if we were to have our film distributed to the big cinemas, it is not likely that our audience would go and see it. This is also the age group that are the most likely to watch a film on Netflix or love a film. If we think about it in that way and then also look back at the questionnaire, most of the people we asked said they would rather watch a horror film at home than at the cinema. This means that we would be at a great advantage if we used an independent film distributor, because that way we would make most of our profit through these ancillary sales and not people going to the cinema.